The situation in Sudan has been deteriorating, with local medics saying that hundreds of civilians have been buried in mass graves and others burned by the paramilitary rapid support forces in El-Fasher city in western Sudan. The fall of El-Fasher on 26th of October has cemented the rapid support forces' control of the Darfur region in its 2.5-year war with the Sudanese army. And now a Sudanese doctors' union has accused the RSF forces of removing hundreds of bodies from the streets of El-Fasher in an attempt to conceal alleged atrocities against civilians. According to the Sudan Doctors Network, some of the bodies were buried in mass graves, while others were reportedly burnt. The group described the actions as an effort to hide evidence of widespread killings in the war-torn region. El-Fasher has seen intense fighting in recent weeks as the conflict between the RSF and Sudan's army continues to devastate civilian communities. In a video last week, UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk spoke about traumatized civilians trapped inside the city of El-Fasher in Sudan, urging for a bold action by the international community, that is, to end the violence in the country.
Now, traumatized civilians are still trapped inside the Sudanese city of El-Fasher in Darfur, and they are being prevented from leaving. I fear that the abominable atrocities such as summer executions, rape, and ethnically motivated violence are continuing within the city. And for those who manage to flee, the violence doesn't end, because the exit routes themselves have been the scenes of unimaginable cruelty.
Since April 2023, the Sudanese army and the RSF have been locked in a war that regional and international mediations have failed to end. The conflict has killed thousands of people and displaced millions of others. For more on this, our correspondent Louisa Olinyai has sent us this report from Laos.
The Sudan Doctors Network has reported on Sunday that RSF has gathered hundreds of bodies from the streets of El-Fasher in recent days, dumping some in mass graves and burning others to conceal the massacre there during the violent takeover of the city on October 26th. International condemnation has continued over war crimes committed against civilians, especially the killing of about 450 people in Saudi hospital alone in the city, according to the WHO. More reports of preventing more than 200,000 civilians from coming out of El-Fasher are emerging from escapees. Recently, the Humanitarian Research Lab at Yale University confirmed through satellite imagery analysis that the RSF had used heavy machinery to block the only vital road civilians were using to escape. Sudan's crisis remains tense as the army readies for war despite welcoming the RSF's acceptance of a US-backed humanitarian truce. The military insists it will only comply if the RSF withdraws from civilian areas and disarms, a condition analysts call unrealistic. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olani, WION, World is One.